And here we are. It's another episode of the Gary and Mark Show. And I'm Gary.
And I am Mark.
And we're coming to you. We're not live.
But we are alive.
We're alive.
And where are we alive, Gary?
We're in my special place.
It is, and I have never been here.
Well,
my first
welcome.
Time.
Glad you could join me at the Southern Appalachian Brewery in Hendersonville, North Carolina, right off Locust Street, conveniently located next to Bruce Drysdale Elementary School.
And a church, too,
and
right?
an Episcopal church.
Well, that fits.
And it's only 1.3 miles walking distance from my house.
Which is a good thing if you have 3 or 4.
That's correct.
But I'm about 24 miles away, so...
Yeah, you're not walking from here.
Yeah, I'm not walking from here.
But this was the very first brewery opened in Hendersonville. Well, in the modern era, I'm sure people were making things a long time ago. But this was the first one, and now in the city limits alone, there are already 5.
And for people who don't know where Hendersonville is, we said North Carolina, but it's in the mountains.
It's in the mountains. It's, 20 miles from Asheville.
And a city of about what size?
Oh, boy. Well, the city's kind of small. Is it 20-some? I'm not sure what it is. The county's kind of big.
It's a neat place to visit.
It is, and it is not that far. It's just a short drive from here to Watershed.
That's true. It makes it easy when you come up that mountain.
Yeah,
So, so we do. It is nice to be here. I'm looking over there. There's a Mountain View food truck.
Yeah.
Barbecue. That sounds good. And inside are several different brews they make. I'm having my first one ever here, as Gary, we just said, but it's, what is this one, Copper?
That's a Copperhead.
Good. It's good tasting.
Kind of a red ale. I've had for my second beer an autumn ale.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's good to be back. This is Gary. Is actually episode number 20.
Number 20.
I think, yeah, it is. So we have been going since June. In June. We can tell our listeners out there that we have had over 6,000 downloads.
Over 6,000 downloads since June.
That's a lot.
That's a lot for us.
Since I was hoping for 300 or 400 by 6 months.
And just imagine if we did them where we had video of us, showing up in bikinis and stuff, would we?
We tried that one day. It didn't go well. No, we were actually the first place we were asked to leave. But we weren't arrested or anything.
We weren't arrested. We've never been convicted.
No,
that's
arrested.
That would be a good campaign slogan. I've never been convicted or arrested. Vote for me.
That would probably be better than a lot of them on the various tickets. So today, as always, we are going to have some shout-outs. Maybe.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. And we have a few here today. So,
all right. And listen here. Here's the first one. This is Pete Landry. Pete Landry lives here in Hendersonville.
Well, that's not far away. Maybe he's over here now.
Fine guy. Used to be had a career in the camp business and then worked at Diamond Brand as the sales manager for many years. And here's what Pete has to say about the Gary and Mark Show.
What did he have to say?
Said, listen to it and pay attention.
All right.
Thanks, Pete.
Thanks, Pete. That's good advice.
Yeah, and one of these days we're going to do a program from DuPont Recreational Forest where his daughter, Sarah, she's the director.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah, so we'll have us a remote one out there someday at
like
the forest.
So what's Pete doing these days?
Well, let's see. I think he's doing I think he volunteers at if you were to go to the Aline Steinberg Information Center there at DuPont Forest, I think on Fridays he's the volunteer who mans the place. Recommends trails, tells you where to go.
And he would know.
He would know.
And you would know too.
Sort of.
You know. Gary is an outdoor person from way back.
From way back.
Way back. So another shout out.
Yeah.
We have the Gary and Mark Podcasting University, very successful. And we added, if you heard the episode a while back, an athletics department. Don Sileman is our athletic director.
Yes.
He's trying to train us. Have you gotten far in your training regimen?
Well, I'm still trying to figure out which are the right training pants.
I think that's what he didn't have in mind.
Yeah.
but he had some suggestions. But
Yeah.
we want to shout out to him because in about a week or so after you hear this episode, he is going to be running his 31st or 2nd marathon.
Wow.
This one down at Kiowa Island, South Carolina. So good luck, Don. He has done, like I said, over 30 of them. He will definitely finish up there. In his age group, I'm not sure whether he's considered a master or a young runner, but he's younger than we are. I know that much.
Yeah, and this is really good. And I don't want to put any pressure on Don, but being as he's our athletic director,
Yeah, he is.
I haven't heard anything about, have we gotten any bowl bids?
That is a good point.
You know, that's the thing that
We were hoping to make money by
colleges, I was talking about getting in a bowl.
well, there are a lot of them.
Yeah.
You know, the town of Watershed could probably put one on. We don't have much of a stadium, but, I see some of those bowl games that only have 8,000 people out there.
Yeah.
That meant to hold 30, 40, 50,000.
Yeah,
So we could probably get 500 or 600 people.
we could.
Have to offer them something free.
We just got to
Free
have
tickets.
to figure out what kind of bowl.
Watershed. I don't
Yeah.
know, beer bowl. It probably is some sort of brand name beer bowl.
I don't know. Maybe it should involve animals. Who knows? Well, we got to work on that, but I'm hoping Don's going to get back with us on where we are on the bowl bids. I just haven't seen our names.
Time's running out.
Yeah.
This is one of the last weekends of college
Yeah.
football right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get on. We'll definitely get Don on that. I want to mention too to our listeners that we have been listened to now 20 countries.
20 countries.
Yep, and five. No, yeah. How many continents are there? There's 7, right?
Well, there's a bunch.
So 5 of them.
Yeah.
Okay. So we are missing listeners from Africa, the continent of Africa, and the continent of Antarctica.
Well,
Of those 2, I think we're probably more likely to get someone from, what would you say?
I'm going to guess Africa.
That's what I would think too.
Yeah.
But someone down there, if you're listening from Antarctica, we got to get you to let us know, or Africa for that
Yeah.
matter. Normally it shows up in our stats we get from Podbean, but sometimes it's kind of tricky. So if we don't know that, send us an email.
An old friend, Tom Feger,
Where does he live?
well, he lives in Driggs, Idaho now.
No.
But he, one time, many years ago, worked on a crew down in Antarctica.
Really?
Yeah, for I don't know how many months. I couldn't tell you what he was doing, but part of the deal they got was a free plane ride in and out of somewhere, which he ended up going to New Zealand and hiking one of the tracks in New Zealand. But he spent a couple of months working in Antarctica.
Yes.
And
I don't know if it's some kind of government work because scientific work.
Yeah.
And so I guess I'm not sure if this is a shout out, but we every week we get this email from this company. I won't even mention the name of it, but somehow or another they keep stats of how you are doing on iTunes.
Huh.
And so we got one the other day. It says in the United States, what does it say, Gary?
It says 111.
Listen, that means we are 111th out of thousands in the genre of comedy and comedy interviews or whatever.
So they're just knowing there's 110 other humorous things going on makes me feel good.
That's true.
I'm thinking we can make our way up here.
Well, we mentioned with Pam Stone the last episode that we were number 17 at the time in Vietnam.
In Vietnam.
However, when this came out this week, Vietnam wasn't on the list. That means we dropped out of whatever they record. So, yeah, we got to get back to those listeners.
Get back to Vietnam. And I spent my younger days doing everything I could not to go there.
That's right. We don't have to go there.
Don't have
person.
to go there. Although I hear it's pretty nice now.
It is pretty nice. So, back to news from Watershed.
What news from Watershed?
We mentioned last time there's a possible recruiting or admission scandal.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
Remember Fred?
Yep. Fred Fezzo.
Yeah. And I'm thinking there's a whistleblower out there trying to get us in trouble.
Yep. I think you're right.
Because Fred, we found out later, we admitted him. I don't know if we admitted him, but we graduated him. And all of a sudden it comes to light that he might not even be a real person.
A real person. But we didn't show him any favoritism.
No.
and we didn't like move him to the front of the line
That's true.
and exclude anyone else.
That's true.
Because with the G&M PU, there is no line.
That's right.
There is no line.
There is
you want to
no
graduate?
line. You're going to graduate.
You're going to graduate. If you've got...
You don't even need money.
No, if you have a friend who has a computer...
That's true.
That you need somebody has to have a computer.
They do. And even if they couldn't fill out the application, they probably could just email us at GaryandMarkShow@gmail.com. Just send us their name and email address.
Or if they couldn't hit the buttons, they probably know an 8-year-old.
That's true.
Or a monkey. Maybe a monkey could do it. But
so I think this whistleblower, it was a test to see if we were cheating. We have no parents giving us $500,000.
No.
We have no parents putting their kids on some rowing team.
No.
So we know that's a fraud, this whole whistleblower thing.
And so, we are completely innocent. And if there's going to be a committee hearing on this in the Senate, we want to have that. We're ready. We're ready to go to.
We are. I'd like to.
Go ahead and investigate us.
You know what? And I will show up. I mean, I know sometimes they say these people aren't going to show up for these hearings. I will show up.
Me too. And not only do we not blow whistles, we're not whistleblowers. There's no quid pro quo, which we can barely say.
I can't say it, so I'll let you
quid
say
pro
it.
quo.
It's like I can't say brewery. It's hard to say.
Yeah,
brewery. You do.
Beer
house.
house.
So the last thing I just want to talk about here is a couple more things, some news from Watershed, but
we've not been convicted of anything.
Again, say that. Make that a point. We are not crooks.
Never been arrested, not convicted.
No.
I
was going to say speak for yourself, but speak for me too. So
yeah.
We had that great Pam Stone interview.
And she is wonderful.
She is. And
truly is.
She mentioned, Gary, you might recall, you and Pam went on for like an hour and a half about this book called Girls Like Her.
Girls Like Her, yeah.
And she talked about she just thought in terms of a Hallmark movie. You said that to her.
Yeah.
And she said, I thought about that when I was writing the book and how great a movie it would make. And I'm thinking, we have the Gary and Mark Podcasting University. We've got the Gary and Mark, athletic part of that university. Yeah. I'm thinking we now have the Gary and Mark, some sort of movie studio.
The production company studio.
And we could buy the rights of that book from her because she has not yet sold it to Hallmark.
Yeah.
And, I got like $3 in my pocket. How much do you have?
I got about 10.
That's 13.
$13.
I was thinking we could do a GoFundMe.
GoFundMe, help us make this movie.
And we could offer her how much you think she would sell it for? $30, $40, $50. As far as we know, she's not had any offers.
Yeah.
So we could be the best thing out there. She wants to make it into a movie.
Yeah.
I'm thinking we could have like a 20-minute YouTube movie.
Or
30. You read the book, so can you get it done in 20 or 30 minutes?
I don't think you could.
All right,
I don't think.
My camera only records 30 minutes at a time, so you'd have to have chapters or something or scenes.
Are we going to use like real actors?
I hadn't thought about that.
See,
I think Pam Stone to play
maybe we could do the puppet version.
Now you're talking.
Yeah, we could do the puppet version.
That's probably cheap. Cheap.
You get a puppet on each hand. I'm good for 2 hands. We might have to. So.
Well, you know what? So if our listeners would like us to make a movie, you're welcome to. We don't have a GoFundMe page set up yet. We don't want to get in too much trouble. Like Gary said, we have not been arrested nor convicted.
No.
But they could send in $1 on our website,
They could.
We get enough dollars, probably $30. For $30, we could buy the rights. We can probably produce this thing for $10. And YouTube's free. For $50, we could probably have us a movie.
We could have a $50 movie. Pam, how do we pitch that? Pam, we're going to do the best $50 version of your book that anybody could do.
And we could have a world premiere, probably down in Tryon, which is near Watershed. There's a theater. We could rent it out. That may cost more than $50, Mark. We won't do that. We'll just show it on the computer. We'll go to a tap room. We'll put it on my 13-inch laptop. And people just come stand and stare at it.
Maybe what we should do first.
Oh, you got a better idea?
Well, it's just like we don't have. You need a storyboard and all that to make out the scenes. Maybe we need to get our sketch artist, our courtroom sketch artist,
The one that did the Unabomber
Shack. Yeah,
That was a nice sketch.
yeah.
Yeah, we could.
Or
Your wife happens to be an artist,
she wouldn't touch this.
even for $1,
Not for $1.
$1.50,
No, I don't think so.
one beer.
No.
All right, we're out of luck then.
Yeah.
All right, so maybe we have a storyboard creator out there in our listener base.
But folks, there's a story out there just begging to be made into a movie.
That's true, and this could be the start of many movies. So after Girls Like Her,
Yeah.
then we have another movie. You had mentioned Girls Like Me, but
Girls. Yeah.
we could have a Girls. Probably like the Elvis Presley movie or something
That
like
would
that.
be, I hope Ann Margaret would be in it.
She's still alive.
I think she is.
I know Elvis isn't, but she is.
I
right?
tell you, that brings me the song "Viva Las Vegas" by Elvis Presley. If that doesn't get your feet tapping,
And you tell folks when you heard about when he died, where you were.
well, I was with you.
That's right.
I
That's
was
why-
with you. We were on a hike in Nantahala National Forest near what's now Panther Town. We were looking for Dismal Falls.
I wouldn't have remembered that.
I remember we got picked up
I'm
right.
just trying to walk one step in front of the other.
We were, our drop off and pickup point was right near a road that got you to Camp Winding Gap
Oh, yeah.
off 281 back before it was paved. But we never found Dismal Falls.
Well, that's kind of like never finding Beach Point.
Yeah,
there is a theme going on here when you go
So-
hiking with Gary.
Or maybe you and me making a movie together would be the same thing.
No, we could get the movie made. We've made movies. You ever heard of that series called If You're Wondering Where Gary Is?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a good movie series.
Okay.
You can see that on YouTube.
I have.
Okay.
All right.
So have a lot of other people and Facebook.
And thank you for both looking at that and sharing that and telling your friends.
That's true. We're happy about that. We need you to keep doing that. As Gary's coughing over there.
Yeah.
So we would love for you to let us know. We want to give you a shout out.
Yeah.
Okay. And you get a shout out headed your way by just commenting, but we have to know you commented. So
Yeah.
you have to point us out where that is, because sometimes we don't know.
Yeah. Have you got a topic you would like us to address?
Because we've got a lot we haven't addressed yet, but we've got more. We're going to be doing this, we hope, for years.
Yeah.
And we also, we'd love to hear from you. We also, we talked about we're missing 2 continents. We think we've been heard in all 50 states, but I do not have proof of Alaska and North Dakota. Although I've been told by a friend of mine that she has listened, or she will listen to us. She lives in Alaska. And North Dakota, I have a friend who I worked with once who that's where she's from. She said she would spread the word, but it does not show up on our little chart that we can see on the host of the podcast, the company. So if you are listening from Alaska or from North Dakota, get in touch with us. Or if you have made a if you've made a comment somewhere, let us know at GaryandMarkShow@gmail.com.
Yeah, we'd hate to have to make something up that we'd heard something from either one of those.
In fact, we're running out of time now, but someone did say in a question they sent us, do we have a script? Do we have a script, Gary?
Sometimes we have a script.
But do we use it?
No.
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 It sits there so we know where to start.
It's just us sitting around having a conversation,
Right.
reflecting
That's right.
reflecting on stuff that's going on
That's right.
on our lives.
And sometimes we have guests.
Sometimes we have, and they're real. Sometimes
And those are real.
our guests, our guests are real. Our sponsors. I mean, we haven't mentioned our sponsors.
Well, we need to. So
Okay.
we better give them a little bit of a shout out.
Let's start out with Green River Eddie's Tap Room down in Saluda.
That's one of our favorite places.
Yeah, if we were there right now, the second beer would have been free.
We would have saved money.
We would have saved money.
Wait a minute. Were we supposed to give them our contract negotiations on the air?
I don't.
Too late now.
Okay.
So, but don't anybody else wants to do a podcast?
Yeah.
You did not hear that. Okay.
And then L.J. Myers and Homeward Angels professional white dove release.
That's an impressive thing.
That is.
Yeah, because I've seen several of them. He's a good friend of mine. He's a big sponsor.
So people go to watch the doves get released. Do these people go watch them get caught?
He raises them
Oh, okay.
because he has to train them.
Yeah.
So they're impressive. He has over 100. And I went and saw one the other day. It was Veterans Day.
Yeah.
And it was the 101st anniversary of the 1918, the Armistice
Oh,
Day.
into World War One.
Was it 101 years, right? He let
That's
go
exactly right.
101 white doves. He had they were in 6 different containers, and he had Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, veterans, all released them at different times. It's impressive. So it's a neat thing to see.
And before we get on with other sponsors, just to point out, when you and I met at this summer camp,
1971,
the fellow who started that summer camp, Frank Bell, had been a truck driver in the U.S. Army in France in World War I. And there was an old guy who taught sailing, Cap Wingeter, who'd been a machine gun captain with the 123rd Machine Gun Battalion.
My gosh.
So there were still veterans of World War I, the age they were then is the age I am now.
It's scary.
Well, yeah.
They were very brave people.
Big hats off
Big
to
hats
those
off.
guys. Yep.
So I also want to thank Rabbit Island Resort.
Yeah, Rabbit Island Resort, it's a hair better.
It is. And the Big Whiz Pocket Buddy.
I'm getting ready to let go of a car, a 2000 Avalon, and I'm hoping it's got some problems. Got to get a new car, but I'm hoping that Rabbit Island sticker on the rear window is going to help jack up the price.
Well, it definitely covers the crack you have there in the window.
Yeah.
So it's a good 3-inch sticker. And if you don't have your sticker,
Yeah.
you can get one on our store merch page.
You could.
GaryandMark.com.
Yeah.
You can also get one for free. All you have to do, we want to tell this to the people who bought one, but all you have to do is like us on Facebook, like us on YouTube,
Yeah.
go somewhere else and like us, leave a comment, just let us know. Send us an email at GaryandMarkShow@gmail.com, and we will send a sticker to you
Yeah.
anywhere in the world for free.
Yep.
But we got to know about it.
And if you live, within the area, we might just deliver it to your house.
That would be very impressive.
That would be.
We were walking on a hike the other day, and you saw someone who had a sticker, right?
There you go. Yep.
One of your neighbors.
Yep. That's
That
right.
was impressive.
Yeah.
Well,
we don't rely on Amazon.
Why would we?
No. And have we mentioned Big Whiz Pocket Buddy?
We did.
Oh. Well,
You brought
that's
that up.
for all you old men.
You brought that up because you're about the end of your second, so you're probably thinking about that.
I'm in control today, though. I don't know what's happening.
That's good. It's Well, it has been another great episode.
And we're already done?
I think we are, Gary.
We're done.
We'll look forward to seeing
Stick
everybody.
a fork in us.
I'm Mark.
I'm Gary.
And this is the Gary and Mark Show.
Yep.
And we'll look forward to seeing you in the next episode.